Good morning, dear students. As in last lesson, we talked about the development and growing of young people and how the drugs, disease, or alcohol affect their lifestyle. Today we are gonna also continue with that chapter. Today's topic is about effects on general health, how those ones affect our health. So first let's start with the alcohol. Alcohol, guys, you know that it's poison and it of course affects our health. It's not a useful thing. The first attack by alcohol hits to our liver. Uh, as maybe you know, liver have such a beautiful function, detoxification, but of course it damage liver. Even though liver gets uh, first poison of that alcohol, it means it starts to collect from our blood and tries to detoxificate them or break them down to make them more harmless, of course, but it get damaged. If the large amount of alcohol are drunk over many years, of course liver will just be tired, just become weak, and of course it's gonna be inflamed and develop disease called hepatitis. Part of the liver may turn to scar tissue. It means that liver particle starts to die. Those parts of the liver may turn into scar tissue, and we can call that one cirrhosis of the liver. Cirrhosis means, guys, it will reduce the ability of the liver to deal with the poison, and of course if the function of the liver will stop, that's may be fatal to the person who is drinking too much alcohol. Of course, also non-medical drugs affect the body in a variety of ways, as summarized in our next paper. Next page, you can see this non-medical drugs, how they are is used, and which kind of effects they can give. For example, there is a cannabis, or we can call that, we commonly call it marijuana. It's smoking one, and it makes the person hallucination. Of course it may lead to mental illnesses. Or there is a heroin also is injected, or some of them are smoked, that are like famous in many countries that are illegal, and it affects to our body. It makes slow down body reactions to the point of death. Of course needles, if they are using uh, needles for many times, as you know, needles can be used only once. They may catch hepatitis or AIDS from each other, those who are using those needles. Also, there is amphetamines. They are swallowed in tablet form or sniffed in powder form. It's two forms they can be used. They increase their activity at first. It makes like them like a uh, small amount of like battery, then produce feelings of sadness which may last for up to days. It means it can continue up to 2 days, and of course it can cause the heart and brain damage. There is also LCD, swallowed in tablet or liquid form. Also, it can be even a small piece of paper. It also makes hallucinations, which can be terrifying and to which the brain may flash back weeks or months later. Such kind of examples. Okay, let's continue. There is also treating or preventing drug abuse. As many people becomes addicted, it also can be treated. In the like health services, they can be treated by the receiving advice from health services, they may suck nicotine gum. Of course, it's like giving them a small amount nicotine, but it's just like replacing the cigarette, and it will, by the time, it will reduce the needed amount of the body to smoke. They reduce it as it withdraw symptoms and helps them break the habit of lighting up the cigarette. So even the small activity can help them to stop uh, being addicted to the smoking. Yeah. Okay. Here also another way about the alcohol. People who have become addicted to alcohol can also receive advice and support from health services. How it happens? Look here. There are many options to help them give up drinking alcohol. These include taking medicines. Some people, for example, they just get some kind of drugs, and when they want to drink, they just get that one, get that drinks, and get that drugs, and that makes them like feeling like they are drinking alcohol, but it's some kind of drugs. Joining groups of others who have given up drinking alcohol, mostly it's like common in Europe countries. In USA, they just come and tell their own stories, and by joining to that groups, those people tries to give up drinking. And also there is a rehabilitation centers where the medical supervision vision course of activities to improve their health, and no access to alcoholic drinks, of course. Also, people who are addicted to non-medical drugs may also attend rehabilitation centers, but can also get support from health services to break their drug-taking habit. It means, guys, everything is possible, but the better way is not to even start them. Also, there are some kind of diseases. Uh, you know many kind of diseases, as you can see from the even picture, this word cloud. In this section, we are going to talk about mainly like sexual transmitted disease. We can call that one STDs. There is a malaria also. We can going to talk about AIDS and tuberculosis, TB. Okay, first, sexually transmitted diseases are known by the initials STDs, but they may also be called sexually transmitted infections and known by the initials STIs. They are transmitted by sexual intercourse, and examples of this disease are uh, chlamydia and gonorrhea and syphilis. These ones, guys, like the diseases that are transmitted by the contact, and those can affect even the fetus. So there is also malaria. You can even see the map of the malaria where it's transmitted, or mostly it's found in African countries. And you know that um, it's malaria. It's like disease, but caused by the small microorganism. You know that what is amoeba? That amoeba mostly is found by the mosquitoes body. As mosquitoes bite someone and go to the another people, they may even transmit the malaria disease. So there is also AIDS, stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which diseases the body's immune system. AIDS, guys, it's one of the diseases that are for long years, for a long time, it's just growing. By growing, it reduces the immune system of the organism. As it says, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It means by the years that disease grow, and in opposite side the immune system is getting weak every year. It's caused by a virus named human immunodeficiency virus, or we sometimes even call that one HIV. So the immune system fights disease-causing organisms and viruses, but when it's damaged, all types other diseases can then attack the body. It means when the immune system of the person is getting like weaker every time, of course any kind of disease can cause that infected person. Of course this disease can be spread mostly by sexual intercourse, or again unsterilized needles when the person's injecting by needles. Yeah. Last one, tuberculosis, one of the also treatable disease, but of course very harmful disease. Is a disease caused by microorganism belonging to bacteria group. It means it's a small bacteria, but it can be like spread by droplets when the people are coughing or sneezing or spitting, and it goes from the infects or sorry it goes from the lungs, and it can go to the opposite person respiratory tract, and it goes to the human brain, to kidney and bones. Also treatable this disease, but of course that person will need rehabilitation for many months, maybe 1 year, up to 1 year, because this disease are not so easy to treat. Guys, we have finished with some kind of diseases. In our next week lessons we are still continuing with this topic, and in the end I will give you plenty of tasks to do. So it's advice to you, always attend to our lessons, always repeat the lesson. If you have questions, welcome. Feel free to write me or contact me by the edu page. See you.